Greetings and salutations to you all, ladies and gents. How's it going? Klo0ga here with a weekly vlog for you all. As always, I hope you had a really good week. Mine was also good, I guess, for the most part. Productive, I would say. Been working really hard this week on the channel and those kinds of things. Yeah, it's been good. It's been good stuff. I guess that's mostly all I need to talk about. I don't really have a topic of discussion as such, so we'll dive right into the channel-y things. So the main thing to note was that I did manage to get a Grim Dawn video out this week, yesterday in fact, so definitely go check that biznack out if you can. It's a build guide for the Chthonic Necromancer. Is that thing working? Yes, it is. And that's a really fun, cool build, so check that out. I do apologize for anybody who's been missing the GD content. Not much that I can do in that respect, but I'm busting my butt to get build guides out more regularly if I can. The community has dropped a couple of cool suggestions for me as well, which I'll be sure to explore, so I'm hoping to keep that on a fairly regular basis, but it's probably looking like I'm trying for a video a week, but no guarantees. As I've discussed many times, just due to the sparsity of content that's currently available. But we'll see what happens if other mods come out, etc, etc. I'll be sure to jump on those. And but yeah, doing my best, and share those around because those do really well, generally speaking. So lend us a hand, and we'll try and permeate that through the community just that little bit more. RuneScape, what did I call it? Bob the Bot, a RuneScape Chronicle, dropped last week, or this week, I suppose I should say. I got a decent reception, which was really amazing to see. It's peculiar. I think it's pretty funny in a weird sort of way. What did Rick compare it to? A Stanley Parable, which was an interesting comparison. For me, it's like a kind of weird, dry British humor mixed with weird internet subculture, so I think it's worth a watch. I just actually put together another episode today in which Bob obtains a stalker and then suffers from Stockholm Syndrome, so I'll be putting that out potentially tomorrow, depending on what other content I come along with, so to speak. That series I'm hoping to do weekly. It's really fun to do. It's just coming up with good ideas, so I'm working on that. I'm kind of always thinking about ideas for Bob because he can do just about anything. You know, the world is his oyster, as it were. So I'm working my way through that. Yeah, it's really, really fun. Show that series some support because I'm really having a good time doing it. It's pretty strange for my channel, I know, because I've been very like tutorially / let's play in the roleplay community, a role-playing game community, I should say, and I'm branching out a bit, trying to do more, not artistic, not expressive, but creative, I suppose. You know, investing more of myself into the content rather than just sort of testing, discovering, and then repeating back to you guys in the form of build guides and so forth. It's definitely a more creative outlet, so that's really fun. And other than that, Rick and I have been discussing the roleplay gamer, that is. I'll try and remember to link him in the description down below. We've been working on some super secret gaming business. And maybe not that super secret. I think it's been commented on maybe a couple of his videos. But we've been looking at a couple of games that might be, well, one in particular actually, that we're bound to have a very good time with. So I'm hoping to get that out to you guys pretty freaking soon. As well, this week Starbound went full release 1.0, so I've been considering jumping into that, another potential series for the channel, and I might drag Stevens along for the ride as well. I already talked to him about bringing that to the interwebs, so we'll check that out and see what you guys think, and yeah, we'll take it from there. That's really about it that I've got going right now. I did think about Torchlight 2 in terms of another action RPG to discover and tinker with. I put like 30 or 40 hours into it when it was closer to its initial release, but I did lose a bit of interest in that. But I could dabble in it once again, dive back in, but perhaps get in a build guide sort of fashion with that. But I don't know, super early days, just speculation. Don't hold me to that. But let me know if that's something you would be interested in, because obviously through doing Grim Dawn, I've got a very present action RPG community here on the channel. So if that's something you'd be down for, give us a shout, and I'll see what I can do. So those are all my ideas. The upcoming week I've pretty much described already. Possibly some Kings and Heroes, but mine and Rick's other project that I was just talking about may take its place this week. I'm not sure. Grim Dawn, hopefully. RuneScape, definitely. Maybe Starbound 2. A bit of Overwatch this week, potentially, that Steve and I put together. I'm not 100% sure on the quality of that, at least one of those episodes, because we were playing competitive and I got a bit too salty, so I'm not sure I want to put it out there. So that's kind of... We'll see what happens. But nevertheless, I'll have at least one episode to chuck out to you guys this week. So that's about it, content-wise. The main thing for me this week has just sort of been monitoring the channel pretty closely, because it has seemed to have plateaued quite a bit. I was talking about, last week the trends of the channel, and I was noticing some erratic behavior with the sub base. It hasn't been so erratic this week, but it has plateaued quite a lot. I've been working. It's so ironic because I've been working so hard on the channel this last month or two. I've been really investing extra time, and like for example, yesterday, that Grim Dawn guide that I did, that character was nowhere near prepared for a guide. It was a long way off, because he was about halfway through Epic. So I wanted to get through to some of Ultimate and test it out. So I actually invested probably 10 hours just on the Saturday, which was yesterday, grinding that character up, both completing Elite, some of Ultimate, and grinding gear that was suitable for the character to actually present the build to everyone. So I've been investing heaps of time, trying to think of as many unique ideas as I can that aren't just straight Let's Plays, trying to diversify and do stuff that doesn't exist so much on the interwebs these days. But despite my best efforts, the growth in the channel, I was really hoping I'm trying to bump the trend of where the channel's headed growth-wise, instead of remaining linear, actually get that curve going up, and increasing the amount of growth. But unfortunately, if anything, it's gone the other way. I mean, we're still inevitably growing, though it is flattening out rather than curving back up. So it's a bit depressing, and I'm not really sure what else I can do about it, to be quite frank, because, like I said, I'm investing a lot more time, and I'm focusing my energy a lot more than I used to. Back in the early days, Steve and I would kind of just jump on any game we feel like playing, which we still kind of do, but it would be a lot more just whatever, we'll do this, we'll do that, and it worked. For example, Titan Quest and the early days of Grim Dawn. We knew that would do well because it was early days back then, but we would just pick games we feel like playing, and we would just play them straight through without much other thought to it. Whereas these days, like a RuneScape Chronicle is completely obscure and creative to what I've been previously doing. The build guides, Grim Dawn 101. For a time, I was even doing like story-driven Grim Dawn content, although that didn't really take off, unfortunately. But all that extra investment hasn't really been paying off, and I don't know if I should just revert back to doing straight Let's Play stuff, because for some reason that seems to enable growth more. So I'm not sure where I'm at right now with that sort of thing. I'm kind of just speaking my mind right now. I don't know if I can really ask anything more of the loyal viewers here. It's stating the obvious, but if you can do, liking a video is super duper helpful. Sharing it with your friends, if you have a community of gamers you hang out with. Sharing a video or just sharing it on your Facebook or your Twitter or whatever have you would immensely help. At a channel this size, one link on a relevant board that 10 people check out and 2 people sub to makes a difference at this point in time. So anything you guys can do, and I'm not trying to beg for you guys to just help me out, but this is just sort of like an infomercial for the kinds of stuff you can do to support if you're really looking to help out. I'm not really chasing this for the money. I'm here because it's really fun, and because the small community we've gathered so far is really nice and really awesome and really supportive. And I just want to bring more people into that. So anyway, I'll leave that at that. I don't want to get, I don't want to sound too pitiful at this point in time. But if you guys can show a little bit of that love through this next couple of weeks and buoy my spirits, that'd be fantastic. So we'll leave it there. I've rambled enough and probably have drunk a little too much wine prior to this vlog. I'll see you in this format again next week or next Sunday, and keep an eye out for all the content coming out throughout the week. So I'll leave you guys there. My name's Klo0ga. You have a great night.